In the heart of precolonial Zimbabwe, where the rivers flow with stories and the mountains stand as silent witnesses to history, there lived a man whose name would become synonymous with prophecy, healing, and resistance. His name was Chaminuka, a spiritual leader, a prophet, and a protector of his people. His life was a tapestry of miracles, wisdom, and unyielding courage. This is the story of Chaminuka, the seer who defied time and fate. Chaminuka was born in the early 19th century in the Zambezi Valley, a land rich in culture and spirituality. From the moment of his birth, it was clear that he was no ordinary child. The elders whispered that the spirits had chosen him, that he was destined for greatness. His name, Chaminuka, meaning the one who sees, would soon prove to be prophetic. Even as a boy, Chaminuka exhibited a deep connection to the spiritual world. He could foresee events before they happened, heal the sick with his touch, and communicate with the ancestors. His abilities earned him the reverence of his people and the attention of kings, who sought his guidance in times of trouble. As Chaminuka grew, so did his reputation. He became a spiritual medium, or sfikero, for the powerful spirit of Chaminuka, one of the most revered Mondoro lion spirits in Shona tradition. Through this spirit, he could prophesy the future, interpret the will of the ancestors, and offer solutions to his people's problems. His healing powers were legendary. People traveled from far and wide to seek his help, and he never turned them away. Whether it was a physical ailment, a spiritual affliction, or a personal crisis, Chaminuka had the wisdom and power to bring relief. Chaminuka's influence extended beyond the spiritual realm. He became a trusted advisor to kings, using his prophetic abilities to guide them in times of war and peace. When enemy forces threatened the kingdoms of northern Zimbabwe, Chaminuka's wisdom and spiritual interventions often turned the tide in favor of his people. One of the most famous accounts of his power occurred during an invasion by the indelible under King Zilikotsi. Chaminuka prophesied the enemy's movement and advised the Shona kings on how to counter them. His guidance led to a decisive victory, solidifying his status as a protector of the land. But the greatest challenge came with the arrival of European colonizers. The British South Africa Company, led by Cecil John Rhodes, sought to exploit the land and subjugate its people. Chaminuka saw the threat clearly and warned his people of the dangers ahead. He urged unity and resistance, but the colonizers were relentless. Despite his efforts, the colonizers viewed Chaminuka as a threat. His spiritual authority and influence over the people made him a target. They sought to undermine him, but Chaminuka remained steadfast, continuing to guide and protect his people. Tragically, Chaminuka's story ended in betrayal. In the late 19th century, he was captured by the colonizers, who saw him as an obstacle to their domination. According to legend, Chaminuka knew his fate but accepted it with dignity, declaring that his spirit would never die. Chaminuka was executed, but his legacy lived on. His death became a rallying cry for resistance, inspiring future generations to fight for their freedom. His prophecies about the struggles and eventual liberation of Zimbabwe proved true, cementing his place in history as a visionary and a martyr. Today, Chaminuka is remembered as one of Zimbabwe's greatest spiritual leaders. His name is invoked in songs, stories, and prayers. His teachings about unity, resilience, and the power of the spirit continue to inspire. Monuments and institutions bear his name, ensuring that his legacy endures. Chaminuka's journey is a testament to the power of faith, wisdom, and resistance. His story reminds us that the spirits of the past are always with us, guiding us toward a better future. This is the legend of Chaminuka, the prophet, healer, and protector of Zimbabwe.